with Al Jazeera. Let's get the latest developments in our top story. Leaders of the Libyan uprising have made it clear they'll only begin talks about the future of the country if Muammar Gaddafi quits. A former Prime Minister has appeared on state television urging opposition forces to start talks. Well, Gaddafi himself seems as defiant as ever, appearing overnight in Tripoli's Green Square. State television broadcasting waving to the crowds, but he didn't make a speech. Let's go to the phone line now and speak to Khalid, who joins us on the line from Bin Jawad. Now, Khalid, we're hearing that Bin Jawad has been retaken by forces loyal to Gaddafi. Can you tell us what's happening there?
You know, exactly what happened is when our revolutionaries troops they occupied Bin Jawad, the people there were very happy, and they supported them, and they told them that they are their guests and they can safely stay in the city. So they were there in the city, and some of the troops went back to Ras Lanuf. But early morning, there was a conspire against them. They attacked them while they were sleeping. Some they were sleeping in the mosque, and some in some people's houses, and some were sleeping in the street. They attacked them. They killed 17. They injured 50 were injured, and about a big number. We don't know exactly how many were kidnapped. After that, they asked for a support from Ras Lanuf. They immediately come, and they rescued them, and they went back to Ras Lanuf. A few hours ago, they attacked Bin Jawad again, and they sent Gaddafi troops back to Al-Nawfiliya, which is about 30 kilometers from Bin Jawad. Now,
yes. Sorry, are there Gaddafi troops in Bin Jawad now, or have they all left? No. They are in the borders of Bin Jawad. Bin Jawad now, they're asking Gaddafi troops when they attacked Bin Jawad, they told all the people who are not with them either to be with them or they have to leave the city. So most of the people are leaving the city, and a big number of them, I can see so many cars now in Brega. They come as refugees from Bin Jawad. But the situation there is very dangerous, because around 11:30 airplanes bombed the area, the open area there surrounding Bin Jawad and Ras Lanuf, and so many people were killed. But somebody told me from there that there was something we don't know. Till now, I am not sure. Nobody has told me the exact news. But I'm making myself ready to go to Ras Lanuf to check what was there, because I am responsible for health, safety, and environment in my petrochemical company. I'm taking some devices there to test the air there and see, because somebody told me that there might be a poison gas there. We don't know exactly what's that, but the exclusive news is a very important man from Gaddafi troops. He's a colonel. His name is Naji Gaddafi. He's a commander for the army there in Ras Lanuf. He was shot by his troops. There was a fighting between Gaddafi troops and some other troops, because they didn't want to kill the Libyans. That happened in Ras Lanuf, and you're on your way to Ras Lanuf. Hopefully we'll be able to speak to you when you get there to find out what's happening there, if that's okay, Khalid. Thank you very much indeed for speaking with us now, and we hope to speak to you a little later on. Now, it's been 100 days since a new transitional government took charge in Somalia. The occasion has seen pro-government forces take control of a strategic town in the west. An official says Luke was abandoned by Islamist fighters on Monday without a fight.
US Defense Secretary Robert Gates has arrived in Afghanistan for talks. His visit comes as US troops prepare to begin a phased withdrawal in July. Afghan President Hamid Karzai has announced a timetable for the gradual handover of security responsibility. US and NATO leaders have agreed to an ambitious plan for full withdrawal by 2014. Well, international forces have made progress in securing some areas of Afghanistan and in training Afghan forces to take over long-term security. But as Sue Turton discovered, many civilians in Kandahar province are still living in fear of the Taliban.
Driving down Highway 1 in what many Americans call the heart of darkness. The Taliban was born in the district of Jirai, west of Kandahar city. It's here that some of those extra 30,000 US troops were sent to stop its momentum.
When we moved into this area, it was completely under Taliban control.
When the 1st Squadron 75th Cavalry Regiment arrived here last summer, the whole area south of Fob Wilson was Taliban territory. But over the winter, they've made the major roads more secure and set up small outposts dotted across this hostile terrain, including Pashmel south and Sablagay to the southeast.
You have to set a permanent presence to show that the people that you're going to stay, because the people here are still fence-sitting.
And out on patrol from the Sablagay outpost, people are clearly nervous about speaking out.
Is there anything else you would like to tell me about the Taliban?
Don't ask us these kinds of questions. It will bring trouble for us in the future. We cannot be against you. We cannot be against the Taliban. You make trouble for me in the future.
If we talk about Taliban, they'll cut our hair and slit our throats.
So that's why US soldiers and Afghan soldiers are here. We're trying to protect you from the Taliban.
You leave now, you go back to your base, and then they come.
In this area, there are Taliban. You're in this village, they're in that village. You go to that village, they go to the next one.
At Pashmel south the next day, a Taliban attack on a patrol just 500 metres from the base. Air support is called in. The Afghan soldiers think they've seen the fighter, but he disappears into the undergrowth.
After yesterday's attack, this patrol has now been set up less than 200 metres outside of the base, because that's how close the Taliban are now getting. But that's a success than how it was just a few months ago, when they couldn't even stick their heads outside of the gate without drawing gunfire.
But our gains they're not reversible. You know, this is going to be another summer or two that's going to determine what our true success is here.
Success to him means holding on to these gains. To the local people, it's about backing the winning side, and they're not sure yet who that will be. Sue Turton, Al Jazeera, Kandahar.
Let's speak to Haroon Mir, who's live in Kabul for us. He's the co-founder and deputy director of Afghanistan's Centre for Research and Policy Studies. Thanks for joining us, Haroon. It seems clear that despite the surge, many